Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Morning Podcast. So first let's take a look into Indian markets closing of yesterday. So Indian benchmark indices yesterday closed on a flat note as profit booking during later part of the day curtailed gains in both the benchmark indices. So Sensex yesterday closed up by 0.03% and Nifty 50 closed up by 0.01%. And the broader markets, however, outperformed the benchmark indices with Nifty Midcap 100 gaining 1.03% and Nifty Small Cap 100 gaining by 1%. The major gainers on NSE yesterday were Divi's Lab, BPCL, L&T, M&M, Reliance Industries, Bajaj Finance, Sun Pharma, and top losers on NSE were Bharti Airtel, Titan, Cipla, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech, etc. On the sectoral wise performance on BSE, then BSE Capital Goods and Oil and Gas were the major sectoral gainers. BSE Capital Goods was up by 2.7% and BSE Oil and Gas was up by 1.2%, followed by BSE Auto, Services, Metal and BankX indices, which also closed on a positive side. And the major losses were seen in BSE Tech and Telecommunication. BSE Tech index was down by 0.6%. And BSE Telecommunication Index was also down by 0.6%. BSE FMCG Index was down 0.3%. So overall, the sectoral performance was mixed on BSE. Taking a look into the market breadth, then the overall market breadth remained favorable as about 2,334 stocks advanced and 1,726 stocks declined. About 245 stocks made 52-week highs yesterday on BSE, which included names like Anantraj Limited, following its better than expected numbers. Ashok Leyland, Coromandel International, EID Parry, Genus Power, Jindal Saw, Zydus Life Sciences also made fresh 52-week highs yesterday. And around 16 stocks made 52-week lows in yesterday's trade. On the fund flow side, FIS net sold rupees 2,475 crores yesterday and DIS net bought 5,666 crores in cash market yesterday. Now moving on to the global market cues for today. So US benchmark indices overnight ended on a flat note with positive bias. While Dow slid by 49 points, S&P and Nasdaq ended with marginal gains. The focus now will shift on the outcome of Fed meeting, which will be announced in US market tomorrow, as well as earnings from tech heavyweights. Asian markets are currently trading mostly on the negative side, and hence we can see somewhat muted opening for our market in today's trade. Now moving on to some of the key earnings which were announced in yesterday. So first one is ACC. The cement company's revenue has declined 0.9% year on year at rupees 5,155 crores. EBITDA has declined 11.9% year on year and net profit is down by 22.5% year on year. The EBITDA margin has also contracted to 13.2% from 14.8% in the first quarter of FY24. So overall, the numbers are weaker than expected for ACC. Kolpal has reported better than expected numbers. The Q1 revenue of the company has grown 13.1% year on year. EBITDA is up by 21.6% year on year and net profit is up by 33% year on year. Margin has increased to 34% from 31.6% in the corresponding quarter of last year. So positive numbers from Kolpal, that is Colgate Palmolive India Limited. HPCL's Q1 revenue has declined 0.6%. EBITDA is down 56.1% and net profit is down by 87.5%. EBITDA margin has declined 234 basis points to 1.9%. So overall weak numbers from HPCL. KEI Industries Q1 revenue has grown 15.7% year on year to rupees 2,060 crores. EBITDA is up by 21.7% and net profit is up by 23.8%. EBITDA margin has expanded to 10.4% from 9.9% in the corresponding quarter of last year. So overall positive numbers from KEI Industries. Pfizer's revenue has grown 5.9% year on year. EBITDA and net profit are up by 60.3% and 61.1% year on year respectively. Margins have increased to 31.5% from 20.8% in Q1 of FY24. So overall strong set of numbers from Pfizer. Maharashtra Seamless Q1 revenue has declined 5.9%. EBITDA is down by 49% and net profit is down by 37.6% year on year. EBITDA margin has fallen sharply to 10.8% from 19.9% in Q1 of FY24. So negative numbers from Maharashtra Seamless. Data Patterns Q1 revenue has grown 16% year on year. EBITDA is up by 33.4% and net profit is up by 26.9%. Margin has expanded to 35.7% from 31% in the corresponding quarter of last year. So positive numbers from Data Patterns as well. Jindal Saw's Q1 revenue has grown 12% year on year. EBITDA is up by 38.2%. Net profit is up by 70.5% year on year. And margins have expanded to 17% from 13.8% in Q1 of FY24. So strong numbers from Jindal Saw. Restaurant Brands Asia's revenue has grown 5.9% year on year. EBITDA is up by 30.7% and the company has decrease in its net loss to rupees 52 crores from a net loss of 54 crores in the Q1 of FY24. The margins of the company have also improved to 9.8% from 7.9% in the corresponding quarter of last year. So overall, the numbers are kind of in line with the estimates. So overall, it is neutral to positive for Restaurant Brands Asia. Kalpataru Projects revenue has grown 8% in the June quarter. EBITDA is however down by 1% and net profit is down by 25.7% on a year-on-year basis. Margins have stood at 8.2% from 9% in Q1 FY24. So overall, it's a slightly weaker set of numbers from Kalpataru Projects. Indocount Industries Q1 revenue has grown 27% year on year. EBITDA is up by 16.1% and net profit is up by 28.2%. EBITDA margin has stood at 15.4% from 16.9% in Q1 of FY24. So overall, it's a decent set of numbers from Indocount Industries. Now some companies which will be declaring their quarterly numbers today are 361 VAM, Aegis Logistics, Ajanta Pharma, Apar Industries, Arvind Smart Spaces, Carborundum Universal, Car Trade Tech, Castrol India, Dixon Technologies, Exide Industries, Fine Organics Industries, Force Motors, First Source Solutions, Granules, Green Panel and many companies will announce their June quarter numbers today. Now let's take a look into some of the stocks which are in focus due to the news. So Tata Steel has acquired 557 crore shares aggregating to rupees 7,324.4 crore in T Steel Holdings. Post acquisition, Tata Steel Holdings will continue to be a wholly owned unit of the company, so neutral to positive development for Tata Steel. RVNL has emerged as the lowest bidder for an order worth rupees 739 crores from Himachal Pradesh State Electricity Board. The order is to be executed within 24 months, so that's positive for RVNL in short to medium term. ITD Cementation has received an order worth rupees 1,237 crores for constructing a residential colony in New Delhi, so positive for the company. In PNB Housing Finance, Carlyle Group entity Quality Investment Holdings PCC is planning to sell up to a 6.4% stake in the company for rupees 1,255 crores via open market. This will be at a discount of 5%. The public investor held 32.68% stake in the Delhi-based mortgage lender as of June. So this development can be marginally negative for PNB Housing Finance. RITES is in collaboration with National Highways Authority of India for comprehensive consultancy services, so positive for the company. Dr. Reddy's has received a positive CHMP opinion from the European Medicines Agency for the proposed Rituximab biosimilar, so positive for the company. CESC has acquired 63.9% equity shares of the step-down subsidiary Purva Green Power for a consideration of rupees 205 crores. After this acquisition, Purva Green Power has become a direct subsidiary of the company. So overall positive development for CESC. Aarti Drugs is also in focus as the company's subsidiary Pinnacle Life Sciences Manufacturing Unit has received an establishment inspection report from US FDA. So that's positive for Aarti Drugs. Now moving on to some of the IPO offerings. Then today the IPO of the company Aucom Drugs and Pharmaceuticals will be listed, will open its IPO for bidding today. The price band is set from rupees 646 to rupees 679 per share and the total IPO size is 1,856.7 crores. On the bulk deals front, in case of JTL Industries, BNP Paribas Financial Markets have bought 11 lakh shares, which is 0.62% of the stake at rupees 213 per share, while Morgan Stanley Asia Singapore has sold 11 lakh shares against that at rupees 213 per share. Also in Cupid, Shubham Bidasaria has sold 23.67 lakh shares, which is 0.88% of the stake at rupees 89.86 per share. In Orient Cement, Citigroup Global Markets Mauritius has bought 14.51 lakh shares, which is 0.7% of the stake, at rupees 351.38 per share. In Gensol Engineering, Velray Solar Industries Private Limited has sold 2.45 lakh shares, which is 0.64% of the stake, at rupees 990 per share. And in case of Gujarat Pipavav Port, Plutus Wealth Management LLP has bought 25.34 lakh shares, representing 0.52% of the stake, at rupees 232.5 per share. Now, on the corporate action front, today is the ex-dividend date for Granules India, Cocuyo Camlin, Orient Belt, Ultratech Cement, Avanti Feeds and Brigade Enterprises. And today is also record date for buyback in case of Aurobindo Pharma. So these were the key market data points to track going ahead in today's trading session. That was all about the Daily Morning Podcast. Thank you everyone for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.